crying and you're crying on your pillow. On your decision in life will be who you choose as a partner. Can be your greatest or your worst mistake financially. Until today, make up your mind that no matter what you're going through, you have to win. That is the day I learned something new, and every day I learned from the great minds of people who know who have taught about how to navigate life after divorce. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you guys are here. So as the topic suggests, I'm talking about starting over in my life. Okay, so for those who don't know, my name is Julia. I am a mama of 4. I was divorced, so this is a video of me how I started over again, or how I'm starting over again after my marriage fell through. Okay, so for context, I was married for 17 years, and out of that marriage I got 4 kids. Okay, and the reason why I'm doing this video is because when I was starting over, I felt like I was not given permission to start over. Like it's like the society is not accepting of people who are divorced, or if you become a single mother. It's like there's a sort of a victimization in that sector. Okay, so I said let me share my journey of starting over for someone who is feeling like they don't have a reference point, like where do you start, what do you do. So all these things I'm gonna try and cover them in this video. Okay, so I'm gonna say this initially. I might have tried as much as I could in that marriage, but there's always the possibility that I was a villain in that relationship. Okay, because as much as you do your level best, there are people who will always think that you were sort of a villain in their life. Okay, so that is to say, I'm not talking from a place of he did, I did. It's always gonna be perception, how you look at it. Okay, according to me, I did my level best, but probably for the other person that might not be the case. Okay, so when I was starting over, I was so scared, you guys. I was so scared because, as I said, I'm turning 39. That's like almost 40. And the society, or you also have this pressure of what it means to be a certain age. Like it's so easy for you to fall into that section, into that place where you feel like I should have been here, I should have done this, I should have been settled and grounded at this point in my life. Okay, so it becomes so, you feel like you feel so lost, and you feel like at my big age, what am I going to do? Like at my big age, how am I supposed to start over? Okay, so I was so afraid. But I'm also gonna say this. I remember my sister telling me something. She said, you're afraid because you think you are at a certain age that starting over looks different for you. Okay, but you at your 60, Julia at your 60 will look back at Julia at her 39 and think, what? Like, were you afraid to start over? Like, you're so young, like you can do so many things. But at that time you feel like how can I start over at this age? Like a certain way. I'm just like, you're gonna look back and think, oh, why were you afraid? Why were you afraid then? Like you had so much in you. You were so strong. Like you had the energy to do the things that you need to do. You were so, like, there's so many things you could have done. But at that moment, you feel like my life is over. Okay? I got married. Let me tell you context. I got married at 21. So all my identities were tied to this relationship. Like I didn't know anything apart from being married. I moved from my mom's place to my husband's place, so I never got the chance to know who I am, what I'm about, like what is my deep, like the deep person within me. Like I never got a chance to discover that, because any unfolding that happened unfolded in that relationship, and the dynamic was different. So I don't know if I was at my highest capacity when I was unfolding, or I was playing small. Okay, so also it's because the age, this is the age where people expect you to settle down and understand exactly what you want to achieve. Okay, so now you get married at 21, you get divorced when you're 30, 37 or 30, 38. Okay, so you feel sort of, it's like a whole journey of understanding yourself, discovering yourself. And if people don't talk about it, then anyone who goes through this transition will feel as if they don't know what to do. Okay, so I will say this: do all you can. I say this in a marriage, do all you can when, until there's nothing more you can do. Like in every situation, leave that situation knowing that I did my level best. I did everything that I could. I tried my level best, and it still didn't work, because that means you leave that place knowing there's nothing in you, there's nothing more that you could have done than you have done already. Okay, so that when you move out and things you start accepting. It's self-acceptance is something that you cultivate over time, and every day you remind yourself you did your level best, it just didn't work out, so that you don't self-sabotage and self-victimize yourself once that relationship breaks through. Okay, the journey changed drastically, even setting up, because let me say this: so you come from a 2 household to 1 household, and the bills or the financial obligation remains the same. So it's your financial situation will change drastically, because you have to take up this responsibility, but now with an income or no income, a reduced income or no income at all. Because if you are a stay-at-home mom, it means you're moving from a relationship where your husband was the provider, and now you're going to a place where you have to provide for your children when you are not working. So you have to look for a source of income. Or if you have decided that your ex is going to support you, they still can't support you 100%. So for me personally, it dented my financial situation, because I had to start from even setting up my house. Like my house is not even complete. I don't even know when it's gonna be complete. Like starting over to just set up a house, buy things for the house. Like you spend your savings, you spend your emergency and all that thing. So you are left dented financially. Yeah. And also what I feel personally is leaving that relationship meant, for me personally, I didn't live with any asset. So I was starting over completely. Like I didn't have anything to my name apart from I had my children. Let me not exaggerate about it. Let me not be dramatic about it. Like I left with nothing. I started, no. Let's not go there, because I feel like living a relationship whole, meaning you are healthy, you have your children, that's something. It's not monetary value, but it is still value. So I can't say I left with nothing. I feel like I left with something. It's just that my financial situation was dented because of the transition to me staying alone and doing all those things and paying for the expenses of the house. That's what I can say. But something also I also came to realize is, because most women, if not all, we spend our money building our homes. Like every money that you get goes into your home. Like either you're furnishing your home, probably you're buying things, stuff for your kitchen, you're helping in building your home. So it's like every income that comes to you goes to your household. So when you leave that relationship, you feel like you've been robbed of the years that you've put into building that home. Because now you're going to start all over again. Okay, for me, I felt like my 13 years of working just went down the drain, to be truthfully, because any investment that I had done, I didn't have an opportunity to take it back. I don't know, how do you say it? Like, I did not have an opportunity for me to get back the investment that I had put into that relationship for all those years. Okay, so it dents your finances, it completely, it can almost ruin you. You know, for the longest time I used to hear people say the partner you choose can be your greatest or your worst mistake financially. Until today, I'm like, I never understood that until I left that relationship, because I'm feeling like it's like someone took me back 10 years ago. Like, all, you know, when you have tried to build, and then all of a sudden you have to drastically go back to start over again. So you feel like your biggest decision in life will be who you choose as a partner. So choose wisely. When you're starting over, you have to assess your your finances, your debt, your emergency. You have to assess. First, I had to assess my finances, my debt. How much debt did I have? How much did I have in emergency? How much were my contributions, such as my SACCO contribution, my pensions, and the realization that I had like 10% of my contribution. And I'll say this because it was only, I think, 2 years since I had left my employment to start my business. So what that meant is I was not contributing towards my SACCOs and my pension. When you're setting up a business, it's so hard for you to start a business and be able to contribute towards those things that you're contributing when you are employed. So it's like you take a break from the thing that you used to know to something else, so that once your business picks up, then now you're able to continue contributing towards these things. Okay, so your pension is for your retirement, so that one I had stopped contributing. SACCO, I also had stopped contributing. So you can see how the realization of you're starting over, and also during that time of transition from employment to doing business, you are not doing anything, and now here comes, you have to begin again. That was a really strenuous thing to go through. But I'm gonna say, you guys, you have to come up with a formulation. You have to formulate a plan. Set up new goals of, this is where I am currently, this is where my finances are, so that you're able to see your starting point. You are starting from this place, where is the direction you're headed to. Okay. New plan, new goals, because you had initially had joint goals and joint plans, and now you have to now it's that goal and plans and whatever are gone. Like, you no longer have shared goals, so you have to come up with new plans, strategize, come up with strategies of where are you going, where do you see yourself, where are you headed, basically. Because by knowing where you're headed, you can be able to march towards your goals, like work towards your goals and your new plans. Okay, because what I say is, even when you're going through what you're going through, the best thing that you can do is have a goal at the back of your mind, have a plan, a strategy, that as much as I'm going here, but these are my plans. Once I get out of this situation, this is where I'm headed. Okay, the advice I can give you is, you can always rise again. I remember, let me give you guys a story. I remember when I was when that relationship ended, I called my grandmother, my sweet grandmother, and I was crying, and I was bawling, like I was crying, because I was like, how am I going to begin again? I'm almost going to 40. Like, how do people even start? And I was feeling so overwhelmed. You guys, I'm laughing now, but then I was crying. So I was crying and I was telling her I feel so overwhelmed. Where do people start? Like, I don't know where to start. Like, this life is just, this life is so unfair. How can someone do this? So, but she told me something I can share with you guys. My grandmother said, she said in my language, but I'm gonna try and say it in English. She said, Julia, it's only money. You have not lost anything more. It's just money. Like, you have lost, yes, you have lost what needed to be, like, you've lost that relationship, but the reason why you're feeling confused is because of probably the finance aspect of it. Like, how are you going to get out of this? Okay, so if you worked hard to acquire whatever you acquired, you worked hard to get to the place that you are in, and you have left that relationship whole and healthy, you can always make money. You can always get back what you have lost. Because this is what people don't understand. They can take everything away from you, but they have not taken who you are at the core away from you. Does it mean people can take what you have built, but they're not taken the person that built those things? Okay, yeah. So people can take your properties, they can steal whatever, but they have not taken the person that was able to build those things. So you can always go and build again. That's what she told me. Because she told me, how many people do you know that have lost so many things, lost so much, and they were able to rise again? So you have to make the decision to rise again. And I'm telling you guys, that day, it just broke something, that some dark clouds, it just broke that dark cloud. And I was like, yeah, I've seen people lose homes, I've seen people lose families, and I've seen people be able to rise again from the ashes. When you beauty from ashes, like you rise from the ashes and you're able to become a different person, a better person. So I ran with that thing. I said, okay, you can always start again. If you did it before, you can do it again. Basically, that's what I'm gonna say. When you're starting again, you sort of go into you go into depression, or you go into a cycle of not understanding what is it that you want at the moment. But this would be my advice. Make up your mind that no matter what you're going through, you have to win. That is a mindset. You have to change your mind from I am defeated to I can always win. Like, I will win. Not I can. I am going to win. I am going to be okay. You have to make up your mind. Because let me tell you guys, I made up my mind from the word go. I told myself, you have to win. You have to be okay. You have to figure out things. You have to. You don't have a choice. You have to. So you have to make up your mind that no matter what you're going through, you're going to be fine. Like, make the decision. Even when you're crying and you're crying on your pillow and you're crying, cry, but make up a decision that you have to. You have to make it or make it. Like, there's no two way about it. Okay? So I made up my mind and I sat down with my journal. Okay? And every day I learned something new, and every day I learned from the great minds of people who know who have taught about how to navigate life after divorce, how to make a better life financially, how to self growth, self reflection, how to be a better person, how to grow mentally, how to change your mind. These people are available. By the way, you guys, they say if you're ready, the teacher will always appear. So I made up my mind that I'm going to learn. Like a sponge, the way it soaks water. I was intentional from the word go that I'm going to observe everything, and I'm going to learn, and I'm going to to study. I'm going to learn from people who have gone before me, people who have failed, people who have risen again, because every successful person leaves a trail of when they fail and how they are successful. So even when you're going through the hardest time of your life, there's a trail of people who have gone through it and they are here succeeding. Okay, because let me tell you, so you're going through a hard situation, you're in this situation feeling stuck, and you refuse to learn something new to get yourself out of that cycle, because you're going to operate from what you know. So if you want to operate from a different position, you have to learn something new for you to operate to that situation. So if you're in this cycle of a certain cycle of maybe lessons appearing, you move from this relationship to the next and the same lessons appear, it means you have not learned anything new. So for you to move to another cycle of what you want to see in your life, you have to learn something new every day, so that your mind shifts, so that you're able to see to enjoy a different cycle in your life. I'm gonna say that. Okay, so I took an initiative to learn as much as I could, and I was so intentional. I said, Julia, if it takes 4 years for someone to go through a degree, it takes, I don't know, 3 years for you to go through a higher diploma. Even for you to understand anything new, you have to take time to study. So even this one means you have to take time to study for you to be better and for you to enjoy the fruits of something better in your life. If that means motherhood, finances, business, you have to submerge yourself into learning and understanding so that you become a better person. Let me tell you guys, I am a dreamer, a big dreamer. I truly believe at the core that you can achieve anything you want. If you can achieve anything you want and much more, only if you're intentional about it, about knowing things that you don't know. Okay, so I'm going to say this. The reason why I did this starting over again is because this is where I am currently. I've looked at my finances, I look at my life, and this is where I am. Basically, I'm starting from zero. And for me to look back at this video, and to see this is where I came from. This is where I came from. It must be God. Like, you know, sometimes we tend to talk about things once the wave has passed. Meaning, if you're going through a dark space, you keep quiet, you keep to yourself, and then you come back and tell us, you know, I went through this and now here I am and I'm flourishing. But I told myself, Julia, it is okay to have this video as a journal entry to just look back and remember that at that point when you're doing that video, you basically felt like you had a lot to do. There's so many things that you wanted to do. So because you are starting, let it be a reminder of where you have come from, basically. Yeah. And also, I'm gonna say this. I was telling my mom, how is God? Like, God is so gracious towards me. Gracious. Because I get to live both worlds. Like, I get to have experiences where I was once married, I'm no longer married. Like, I get to have both worlds, because I know so many people who are single who will want to get married, and probably who are married who never experienced single life. Like, some of us got from we moved from our mother's place, or from high school to getting married, like from college to getting married. Okay, so we never experienced being single, or you know. So I tell myself, I can sit here and look at this situation as a bad thing, or I can be thankful that I get to have both worlds. Like, I get to have this world and this world. How gracious is God to me? Like, He's so gracious to give me an opportunity to experience life differently. Is it bad or good? It's neither here or there. It is standing on being grateful where I am. I can choose to mob, oh, this happened, oh, I am doing this, or I can choose to stay and be grateful for where I am at the moment. knowing I don't know the future. I know where I have come from, I know where I am, but I don't know where I'm going. But for this moment, I'm completely grateful. So let me tell you guys, I'm going to say this: if you're going through difficult situation, and not just marriage or I don't know, relationship, any difficult, because people go through difficult situations every now and then, I'm going to tell you this, that even when it doesn't seem like it's gonna be okay, it's going to be fine. Somehow, if you look at the worst in something, you will find it. If you look at the good in something, you will also find it. So you choose, what do you want to look at? How do you want to look at? Which lens do you want to use to look at your life? From a positive place or from a negative place? Make a decision that as much as this life is going to send you lemons, you choose to either look at life as very bitter, or you can sprinkle some sugar. You can sprinkle some sugar and make lemonade. Yeah. So whatever it is that you're going through, best believe, I will tell you, I'm not where I think I should, but where I am, I'm thankful. If you ask me a year ago if I was ever going to get to this place, I would have told you I don't think so. I don't even see how I was going to get to this place where I am. So this is just a reminder for me and for you guys and for anyone who sees life right now as a very hard situation, that you're going to be fine. Take it from me, because big, be intentional with your life. Make up your mind that no matter what, you're going to be fine. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.